Hey, it's Ashley from St. Louis Ashtanga Yoga. Today I wanted to take a look at Chaturanga and the Vinyasa and just some key components for lowering from a high plank to a Chaturanga, some key pointers to think about in your Chaturanga, how to work it from your knees versus how to work it with your knees lifted. So a lot of things to cover today, but let's start with looking at some key components from high plank to Chaturanga. And one thing that I really like to think about is the action that is happening at the shoulder. And when we're in a high plank, we're going to be in a protracted shoulder position. So what that means is our shoulder blade is moving forward, or the shoulder blades are moving away from each other. And there's this wrapping action that happens at the shoulder blade. And as we start to lower to Chaturanga and bend our elbows, the shoulder blades are going to start to move into retraction and depression, and they move towards one another and down the back. So as we go to bend the elbows, we're moving from a wrapped, protracted position to a retracted and depressed position within the shoulder blade itself. As we lower down, we want to think about keeping our collarbone broad and not allowing the shoulders to come too far forward and really decrease the space here, but we want to keep this lifted so that the muscles in the front of our shoulder girdle and in the back of our shoulder girdle are working to support us as we're moving through this challenging movement, really. So in addition to that, what's happening at the upper body, we want to stay stable through our core, through our back body, and through our front body. So the bandhas, if you will, are engaged. There's a slight lifting and zipping that happens in the front. As we depress our scapula, that will help engage our lats and our back body to support our core in the back. Also, we can't forget about the legs here either, folks. So the legs are lifted and strong, especially through the front of the thighs. The toes are pressing into the mat, and there's energy coming out through the back of the heels so that everything is really strong and stable like a staff, right? So from plank, we find that engagement through our shoulders and our core. We're pushing out through the heels and the legs are lifted. Our collarbone stays broad, and from here, we bend the elbows and lower down. We transition to upward facing dog right from that Chaturanga. Let's say maintaining all of that with your legs lifted is difficult. Simply drop the knees. Still find that energy out through the back of the heels. Still find stability through the core. Keep those collarbones broad. Find the protraction through the shoulders. As you start to bend the elbows, pull those shoulder blades down the back and lower down. Once again, we're looking at something that often we're transitioning through pretty quickly. However, I hope today I gave you some new insights, some new pointers, some things that you can work on or look at within your Chaturanga that are going to carry over into your practice and ultimately, hopefully, make you a little bit stronger and maybe even avoid some pain or discomfort. As always, happy practice.